computer. It's recording. Hello, everybody. I'm with Yvonne Barnes. She's from St. Louis, Missouri. Say what up for Yvonne.
What up, ladies? So excited to be on with everybody.
I'm excited to have you. So, Yvonne has been our Wonder Woman Wednesday. Woo, woo, woo.
Yeah!
That's so exciting. Yvonne and I met in Capcom and Dominican. We both earned our very, very first trip. She's been in business since August. I'm going to let her tell you about herself.
Yeah, so just like Nicolette said, my name is Yvonne Barnes. I live right here, very close to St. Louis, Missouri. I have joined the business back in August of 2016. I've been in the business for about 18 months now and love every minute of it. I turned this into a full-time gig as of August last year, so about 12 months shy when I turned this in full-time.
Wow.
I know.
So you got your husband, Steven, who's freaking awesome and is a badass. You got three. Tell him a little bit about yourself personally.
Say what?
Tell him a little bit about yourself personally.
Well, I have 3 children. I have a 15-year-old competitive dancer who's been in dance since she's the age of 4, and who travels the world. She's incredible. She really is. Yes, she gets to travel everywhere. She just came home from Chicago. She went to Hollywood before and Vegas, and I mean, she deserves it, but she does eat all of my money up. Then I have a 6-year-old boy and a 3-year-old boy that are like hair-pullingly energetic, but amazing little ones that are absolutely loving. So yeah, that's just a little bit about my my family life. I'm married since 2010. Been together with my husband for about 13 years.
Ooh,
long ass time, man.
Surprised you two haven't killed each other yet.
We came close a few times.
Steven's freaking awesome. If you have any struggles in any of your relationships, like connect yourself to Steven Barnes. He's like the best, like supportive husband in the pure romance world. Like I gave him a shout out in the Dominican. So all right.
Dude, it took 13 years to train him.
Everything's trainable, right?
They are.
All right. So what got you into pure romance?
What got me into pure romance? I was working as a full-time dental assistant in a very, very busy office that literally owned me. I was always at work, literally. I had little to no time with my family. I always missed out on parent-teacher conferences or things that was happening. I could never make schedules for in the afternoon to go to dinner because I just didn't know if I was going to make it out in time. And a lot of times, you know, if I were to ask off 6 months in advance, it just got declined because they never thought they could do it without me. So I wanted something that was definitely more flexible, something that I could make more money off, and something where I could just simply be there for my family. So went to a pure romance party one time and thought, heck, I think I can do this. And so that's kind of where my journey started.
You're badass because you can do this.
Ah!
So what is your favorite memory since you've been in pure romance?
My favorite memory?
Memory, yeah. Either since day 1, day 0, day, I don't even know, 376.
I have a few, actually. One, I think one thing that I keep remembering is when I hit my first $1,000 party. Woo! I think that was one that it was just kind of like once you hit a $1,000 party, I feel like I've made it. I remember driving away from that party and I had to stop around the corner and I just parked my car and I screamed in my car going, wow, oh my God, I did it. You know, like, oh my God, I did it. So that was definitely one that I'll never forget. This was January 21st. I actually hit my 1-year anniversary on that. It's kind of crazy.
Wow.
I know. So like, what? Another thing that I like to look back on is the last day that I worked at my full-time job. It was a scary, scary day, leaving everything behind, you know, that initial jump to just be like, I am really leaving my full-time job. And then the first week kind of feeling like it didn't really sink in yet, you know, but now I'm like waking up and I just thought about it the other day. I said, yeah, got used to that real quick. So, I like it. I like to do whatever I want to do.
So since you do this full time, how do you organize your time, like day to day? Like, how do you not get lost in wanting to cuddle in your bed every day besides the kids?
Well, I think my kids help because I have to get up. I have to get up, get them ready to go to school. So that's one plus. I get them to go to school, and then it's my time when I get home. So I have a specific schedule out from Monday through Thursday where I have a check mark, Monday, for instance, is my hostess coaching day. So I do all of my hostess coaching on Monday and get my events set up and things like that. So that's the day when I focus on that. And I typically spend about 3 hours on my business that day, consistently just focusing on that for the first 3 hours. And then, just different things going on then for the week that I try to focus. But yeah, it's really about, like prioritizing and just making sure you make yourself a schedule, like schedule yourself to work, and then you work it.
Now, when you didn't have a full-time job, how did you balance that?
It was difficult at times. I'm not going to lie. Huh?
When you did have a full-time job.
Yeah, I know. I know what you were saying. It was hard because I had to be at work. I left my house at like 7 a.m. in the morning, and I majority of times didn't come home until 6 o'clock. I felt like wanting to just sink to the couch and not do a thing. But pretty much I at least promised myself that I was at least touching my business 30 minutes every single night. So I didn't have a lot of time, but I tried to be as strict and as organized in the 30 minutes. And I didn't let anybody steal my time in that 30 minutes. Like, everyone knew I was working my business for those 30 minutes and to leave me alone and not interrupt. If you have kids, I mean, sometimes that's inevitable, like they'll come in and do that. But, if you have that conversation with your partner, or if you don't have a partner, like set them in a box with some crayons and a tablet just to keep them occupied for that time.
Love it. Love it. What is your favorite Pure Romance product?
Oh, that is, I have so many. That's why I'm doing this.
Research. This was all.
I'm like the Pure Romance addict. The product that I use the most is definitely Coochie and Body Dew, because I use that on a daily. My favorite products, Aqua, ladies, has a special place in my bedroom. Okay, Aqua is the bomb. So I would say Aqua.
Yeah, I'm on Aqua too. Aqua. Aqua gang signs, guys. Aqua gang.
I love it. Yes, but I'll probably say those are probably my top 3.
Absolutely. What was your biggest party to date? Do you know?
Yes. It was a $3,200 party. I'll never forget that. Yeah. I ran out of stuff in my bags. I was like, I've never had a party like that in my entire life.
How many people were there?
22.
Holy shit.
20 ordered.
So how would you, like, what was your advice to get that? Like, what did you do different?
That's a good question, actually, because I thought about that for quite a bit. Like, what did I do different there? I had an incredible hostess. I have to give a shout to her first, because she literally was working, making sure that the people showed up. So it was actually really weird, because her Facebook event said 12 people were confirmed. And 2 hours before I left the house to go drive to her location, she texted me and she said, revise. And the first thing I heard was revise. And I was like, oh my God, she's canceling last minute. I can't believe this. She's like, I'm expecting 25 women to show tonight. I didn't have enough lab boards. I was freaking out a little bit. And I was like, okay, Yvonne, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You've got this, right? You just improvise. So I literally just had binders. I was ripping the side of the binders off, and I literally just stuck papers in there for a lab board. I was like, we'll make it work this way. And then I was like, well, maybe not even all of them show up. Maybe she's just expecting those, you know. And as I'm going to her house, there was already 5 of them were already there. And I usually arrive pretty early. And as I was in there, just kind of getting to know my hostess, because I never met her even. Seriously, these women just came flying in everywhere. And every single one that was there spent on an average, at least on a minimum $250, and average was $350 per order. It was insane. It was insane. It was the best feeling I've ever had driving away. I was like, I have parties tomorrow. I don't need those parties. I'm just fine. But you know what I mean? Like it was great. It was great.
Oh my God, that's freaking awesome. Dude, shadow you. That needs to happen. That needs to happen really quickly. All right. What's your best booking advice?
My best booking advice. Always play a booking game. Number one, if you don't play a booking game, you are shooting yourself